everyone. Today I wanted to go over some of the most common myths that I hear surrounding retinol. Let's get started. Retinols are very much not all the same. You have a whole family of over-the-counter strength retinols. You have a whole family of prescription strength retinols. You have some retinols, such as adapalene, that come in over-the-counter strength and prescription strength. I do recommend when you're acclimating to a retinol that you go low and slow, so you start with a lower percentage and build your way up, but it is usually best to do so with the guidance of an aesthetic professional or a medical professional, just so that you know, because 1% HPR retinol or gram-active retinol is over the counter, but it'll produce the same results as 0.05% tretinoin, which is a prescription retinol, and without the same side effects. So just because you're going to a 0.05% prescription strength doesn't mean that you're going down because it's 0.05 instead of 1%, and it doesn't mean it's up because it's a prescription. They're about on the same level playing field when it comes to results. So there's different types of retinols that have different effect at different strengths, and it's really best to work with a professional so you can acclimate to them and find the one that works for you. Because just because one doesn't agree with your skin doesn't mean that none of them will agree with your skin. So a lot of people tell me that retinols thin your skin and age your skin. And it's true that your epidermis, your upper layer of skin, that cellular turnover slows with age, and we get a thicker buildup of dead, dull skin on the surface. Retinol, as it rejuvenates the skin, will speed up that cellular turnover process, so you have fresher, younger skin that's exposed to the sun. If you're not combining it with a serious sunscreen every day, then yes, that can accelerate the aging process. But if you are combining it with a sunscreen, you'll have that fresh, new baby skin at the surface. That'll be beautiful. It'll be protected. Another aspect of retinol is what it does in the dermal level, the lower layer of your skin. Now, in this layer, it's thickening the skin. It's building more collagen and thickening up that layer that gives you that young, plump, juicy skin, youthful skin. So you're going to thin out the upper layer where it can look old and dull as that thickens, and it will thicken up the lower layer of your skin that depletes and thins with age. So all around, it's doing what it needs to at each level of the skin. Most people will advise you to work your retinol products, especially prescription versions, around the eye area and not into the eye area. I agree with this advice because as you speak, your face moves unless you've had too much Botox, and it's going to drift into that thinner tissue a little bit. You'll still see the increased cellular turnover, a little bit of redness and sensitivity, but if you were to put it directly on that area and then more moved in as you were speaking or expressing emotion, then you'd get a double dose. So I do, with the all over products, recommend that, but if you're really concerned about the eye area but you want to rejuvenate it, this is an area that really needs retinol and really needs the dermis thickened, then I would get a product specifically designed for the eye area that contains retinol. We have our retinol eye gel from Get Gorgeous at the Skin Retreat, and this is a great one. Some of my really sensitive people can actually start with this one all over their face if they've had a lot of bad experiences trying to get on a retinol before. So I would start them there, and then just as you go up in strength on the rest of your face, you can go up in strength in the eye area. So a lot of people think that they can't go to the beach and stay on their retinol. If you're acclimating to retinol or upgrading to a stronger retinol and acclimating, you do need to stop it before you go on a vacation to the beach, to the mountains, anytime you would fly, because there's a dramatic shift in climate, there's greater sun exposure, and your skin's going to become more sensitive, your side effects are going to be more dramatic. So I would say if you're on a retinol, you're acclimated, you're on cruise control with it, you're doing well, keep using it. It's an antioxidant. It works beautifully with other antioxidants like vitamin C. So there's no reason, if you're already acclimated to your retinol, to discontinue it for a trip. A lot of people start a retinol and think that these anticipated reactions are they're being allergic to retinol or intolerant of retinol. And all it really means is that they started too strongly and they need to scale it back, go low and slow, just like we recommend, and hopefully consult a friendly esthetician such as myself on how to go through that process so they aren't so alone and confused and frustrated. So a lot of people would be told that they don't have to use the aggressive retinols, that the gentle ones are just as effective. Gentle ones are a great starting point. They do not produce the same results as the stronger versions. So again, I tell everybody, start low, start slow, but build your way up at your own pace. You need to ultimately be on a retinol that you can tolerate nightly for an extended period of time, but don't just settle at a low percentage. Don't just settle for using it once a week, twice a week. Build up methodically and purposefully to use a higher strength on a nightly basis so that you can tolerate it, you don't experience the anticipated reactions forever, and you get the full benefit, the full skin restoration of a really potent vitamin A retinol product. So a lot of people say, oh, you'll be completely acclimated to your retinol in 4 to 6 weeks. Well, the worst of the effects will be over, but you're still going to see a lot of exfoliation and some pinkness for probably 12 full weeks, but you should get over the bulk of it in that first 4 to 6 weeks. The original tretinoin creams were instructed to be applied to dry skin. Some still are, but there's not really any good clinical data showing that it makes a difference if you apply it to damp skin or dry skin. I would just follow the instructions on the bottle because you're going to encounter, especially in some of the newer formulations, that you can apply it to damp skin, you can apply it with other products, and they're designed to be used in this way. They have different types of delivery systems, different types of retinol, and it's really best to just go with the guidelines recommended by the manufacturer. A lot of people think that they can't use retinol during the day because it makes you more photosensitive. When you're acclimating to Retin A, you will be more photosensitive because you are experiencing retinol dermatitis, which is the flakiness that you see as your skin gets adjusted to the stimulation, as the increase in cellular turnover rate, as you get adjusted to that. But for the most part, once you're acclimated, as long as you're using a high amount of ideally mineral-based SPF 30+, and you're reapplying it every 80 minutes to 2 hours, you should be fine to use your retinol in the day. Some are designed to be used in the day. They have a delivery system that preserves it even in the daytime. But the other reason I would say that advice became popular was because sunlight does deactivate vitamin A. It'll oxidize it, so it won't be as potent in your skin. As always, leave questions in the comments, email me, DM me, and I would love to discuss retinol with you and any questions you have about what we've gone over today. Thank you, and stay beautiful.